over. This is the United States, not the divided states.
That's right.
And in these states, all of our lives matter.
Including yours.
We are one race, and that's the human race. And the only color President Trump sees is green.
Ching-ching.
And he wants you to have some of it. Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president. Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president. Trump's your president. So get over it. Stop crying like a baby and a little bitch. You mad that come off. That is him trying to tell you that Trump's a ball. He's a baller, a shot caller. I hope he builds that damn wall till he taller. Build that wall, build it tall, protect us all before this country falls. Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president. Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president. Now you can go around acting like that Trump. Take a look in the mirror. You just got strong. So you tell your friends to draw a line in the sand to make a choice between you and him like you the man. So let me tell you something that you really need to know. A lot of your fans vote for Trump, so maybe you need to go. So tell the NFL they should stand up and still a kneeling on the flag trying to pull us up. And they can take a knee and kneel during halftime, but don't do it on our watch time or our time. It's sad that you had to use racism to make a connect, but with our rhyme, we're just keeping you in check.
Ooh, y'all.
Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president. Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president.
Diamond. Part 2.
Now we don't care if you black, white, or pinstripe. If you are a Republican or Democrat. If you are a liberal or conservative. If you are gay or straight. If you are an American citizen. In case you don't know. In case you forgot. In case you suffering from amnesia. Guess what? Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president. Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president. So take a look around you. What do you see? The same old bullshit staring back at you and me.
The Senate, the Congress, the Democrat side, some in the Republican camp, it's all the same guy.
To all the haters, the race baiters, the agitators, and the demonstrators.
Even the ones that want to leave cause they're really whack. Pack your coat, pack your hat, don't you come back.
And when the president decided to drain the swamp to benefit people even if you're in a dump.
Lower taxes, more money, jobs from overseas, immigration enforcement, no more freebies. Believe that and don't forget it.
Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president. Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president. Trump's your president. He's a baller, baby. He's your president. He's your president. And he's gonna win again. He's your president. He's your president. It's about time that you melted down snowflakes. Take a seat, listen up, sip it up with some taste. Trump's your president. He's your president. He's your president.
Because Trump is the man with the master plan, and all he wants to do is make America great again. Boom, y'all. Boom, 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 boom. Trump's your president. He is your president. You all, I want you to go to TrumpsYourPresident.com. That's TrumpsYourPresident.com. Download the song, add it to your playlist, and use it as a ringtone so that you can get your boogie on. Yeah, okay. That's what I want you all to do. TrumpsYoPresident.com. All right. Welcome you all. Welcome to the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live Show. I'm your host, Silk, and you are my co-host, my Diamond Dream Team. And as Diamond would always say, it takes a team to build a dream. So I want you to stop what you're doing right now. Be sure to like and share this broadcast, this podcast. I want you to share it everywhere and let them know that Silk is on the air tonight. You all, we're going to be talking to the Healing for the Ages panel with Dr. Artist, Dr. Ely, and Dr. Schmidt. You also, I want you all to let everybody know what's going on. Let everybody know what's going on because they need to be here so they can get educated. All right. You all, the show is sponsored by DiamondandSilkStore.com, DiamondandSilkStore.com. Don't forget to get your Diamond and Silk bobblehead memorabilia. $10 to celebrate 10 years of Diamond and Silk, all right? It's Diamond and Silk 10-year anniversary, so I'm giving it away to you for $10. Get the Diamond and Silk bobblehead memorabilia, get the Trump bling pen, and the Diamond and Silk signature pen, okay? Now, while you are at DiamondandSilkStore.com, you will see a beautiful button there that says Dr. Artist, all right? I want you to click on that button, click on it, okay? And I want you can purchase whatever you want to there, but I want you to make sure that you include the biodefense, the foreign protein, and the EDTA. Those are my 3 go-to, you all. Be sure to get the empty capsules. Get the empty capsules. You can put the liquid inside of the capsules, you all. It makes it easier to swallow, okay? Because that stuff is very, 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 very potent. Okay. Also, while you're there, you'll see a button that says Dr. Stella. Be sure to get your ivermectin and your hydroxychloroquine so that you can be prepared and not scared. Also, you all, you know this movie is coming out. Pardon me, the Beverly B. Williams story. Yes, the movie is coming out August the 15th. Okay. I want you all to make sure that you are in the place. And guess what? I got a trailer for you. Okay. Y'all sit back and look at this.
When I was 21 years old, a woman told me, you need to surrender your life to Christ because there's nothing left but death for me. We're out here raising funds for the girls, and this is just not for food and shelter, but this is also too for education, leadership.
I can give you this money, but really what matters is if these girls have Jesus in their heart. Jesus matters.
The governor of New York has announced the passage of new legislation allowing abortion up to the 9th month of pregnancy.
Let's do something about this.
You know what? Let's do something about it.
We at it again. Let's go.
Get your stuff and leave.
That's what you gonna do?
Yo, these kids came out for one thing and one thing only. And that's to destroy.
Wow, Bevelyn. Your life, even up to this point, is incredible.
Mrs. Williams?
Yes?
Agent Teresa Wheeler, FBI.
The bail for both defendants is set at $30,000 each. Additionally, neither of you may leave the Southern District of Tennessee or the Southern District of New York without prior permission from this court.
Well, they've deferred choice. And this is not about justice. This is about shutting y'all down.
They were yelling at the women, calling them murderers and baby killers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite the ride.
23 people were prosecuted.
Trial date is set for February 12th. I'll see you then, back in my court.
All right, you all. So the movie is in theaters August the 15th. Yes, and I want you all to make sure that you, your family, and friends, everybody is there to see this amazing movie. To get more information about it, pardon me, the Beverly B. Williams story, I want you to go to PardonMeTheMovie.com. PardonMeTheMovie.com. Now listen, this movie is a faith-based Christian movie. All right. It's a movie where all Christians can go. Yeah, everybody can go and see it. Everybody can go and see it. But I have to say Christians and faith-based for the simple fact, we got all these movies around here with all this woke stuff up in it. This ain't got all that woke stuff in it. This is a feel-good movie. And it's based on a true story, telling the truth about a young lady's life and what happened to her and how she was sentenced to 41 months in prison, separated from her family, separated from her daughter, and how President Trump pardoned her. Oh, yeah. So we get to explore her life experience. Yes, we surely do. So that's PardonMeTheMovie.com. PardonMeTheMovie.com. Go, you all, get ready. Get your coins ready. Get ready so that you can see this amazing movie. And guess what? Your girl Silk is in the movie too. Oh, yes, I was so excited to be able to be a part of this project. All right. So now you all, let's go ahead on and get ready to bring in our panel, the Healing for the Ages Conference. Keep in mind, it's coming up October the 23rd and the 25th. You all can register now for the VIP packages or the virtual package at healingfortheages.com. So welcome to the show, you all, Dr. Artist, and I see Dr. Schmidt. Hello, welcome.
Hi, Silk. It's lovely to see you.
Wow, thank you all so much. I'm so grateful that you all were able to come on. So much is happening. And first, let me say that I did get stung by a wasp this week. And yes, you see how y'all reacted like, oh my God. Let me tell you something. Huh? What'd you say? Dr. Artist?
Wasps are horrible. They're nothing like bees. Wasps are just little jerks with wings. They're terrible.
This wasp had a bigger stinger. It had a big sting or something because I was standing there watching the chickens brave and everything. All of a sudden, this wasp, my husband went to move the water hose so he can, give the chicken some water. And this wasp came out of nowhere and stung me in the back of my leg. And it hurt so bad. I dropped the eggs. I had my bucket of eggs. I dropped the bucket of eggs and he had to come grab me because it hurt so bad. So we finally got to the house. I had to hold that area real tight. Finally got to the house. By the time I got in, he said, take off your clothes so we could see where this is at. I took off all my clothes and oh my God, it was a big old, it had just started swelling all up. So I laid across the chair. He took it. He put oh God, I can't even pronounce what he put. What is this here called? Hydrochloroquine. Oh God. Anyway, he put this stuff on there.
Peroxide.
He turned around and put some of that biodefense. He took the biodefense and put the biodefense on there. Then he took and put an ice pack on it, and we just sat there with it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Hyperchlorous is what he sprayed on it. We sat there for 10 minutes, right? When I stood up, I was shocked that I wasn't in pain. I was shocked, like, what's going on here? Okay, well, you could feel something as I, begin to walk, but I'm thinking that I'm not going to be able to walk because my whole leg going to be swollen, right? So then I read, the raw honey and turmeric.
Perfect.
Put that on that. That helps, counteract whatever that poison is. And so that's what we did. And I sat there for like 2-3 hours with that paste on me as well. And let me tell you all something. I thought I was going to just like not be able to function, but I didn't have any problems with that particular wasp sting. So what happened? What did we do right?
That's awesome. I think you did everything.
Sounds like you did a lot right. Yeah. You did. Sounds like you did everything right. Reducing inflammation and, neutralizing the poison. Like, good job, both of you.
It sounds like you attended the Healing for the Ages conference. That's what it sounds like. You got all these natural antidotes now. You're ready to go.
Most definitely. Yes. And that biodefense, it was incredible. Now, before we go into a lot of the subjects, I know that you all may have heard that the press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, she announced that President Trump is suffering from chronic venous insufficiency. Okay, have y'all heard that? Did you all hear that today? It's the swelling of the legs that can cause difficulty with sending blood back to the heart. And when I sat there and I heard that, my heart dropped because, Diamond went through, that was the beginning of a whole lot of stuff that she went through. And I'm like, what done happened? Who done did what? Did he get a shot? I'm just sitting here wondering what. So can we talk a little bit about that condition? What is it? Where it comes from? And what could help?
Yeah, absolutely. I know Dr. Jan Schmidt can talk about it too. I'll start out here. Best of luck to him and his legs. There's two different types of primary blood vessels in the body. They're the arteries and your veins, and they are very different. So your arteries are what take blood that has been oxygenated, and your heart pumps it through the entire body. The difference between the arteries and your veins is, which vein insufficiency is what you're saying here is occurring with Donald Trump, that will create blood to pool in your lower legs, like around your ankles, below your knees, and in your feet. Now, in your veins, your arteries take all the blood from the heart and deliver it to all your tissues with oxygen. The unoxygenated blood that's now been delivered to all your tissues has to be returned back to the heart to get more oxygen in your lungs. And in order to get the blood from your feet back up to your heart, every vein has little valves inside of it. So as the heart's pumping blood down the arteries, it's pushing the blood up in veins. And there's these little valves, check valves, that keep the blood going up towards the heart. And as you lose the muscle integrity of your veins that have those valves in them, arteries don't have valves, then you start to get pooling, Pooling, of blood down in the legs, and you'll start to see swelling. And typically what I have found is copper deficiency is the number one cause I have found for veins to lose their muscle integrity, to expand to where the valves don't shut. They don't shut completely. So if the veins enlarge or begin to aneurysm or get larger, that's a loss of copper primarily. Then the veins don't close, and then the blood regurgitates back down into the feet, and you get swelling. So copper's number one. And then you mentioned earlier, Silk, and God bless Donald Trump, President Trump. There's actually a product I developed and formulated a few years ago because of all of the venous insufficiency, all of the blood clotting issues related to COVID and the vaccines. And that product's called Cardio Flow. And the first two of the main ingredients are gugu lipid resin and butcher's broom extract, which are two plants that actually help to improve venous insufficiency like what he's experiencing. So there's a myriad of plants that can help with that, but primarily it's a weakened vein structure, and it can be complemented to be made worse if there is a weak heart overall, which is primarily a copper and a vitamin B deficiency.
Wow. Oh, wow. Dr. Schmidt, what say you? Welcome, Dr. Ely.
Hi there. Well, I thought the same thing right away as a copper deficiency, and there's a lot of things that can deplete our copper, but also butcher's broom is an amazing herb. But I was thinking, and please forgive me because I'm always talking about the bees, but bee pollen is really high in a substance called rutin, R-U-T-I-N, and it completely strengthens capillaries and improves the elasticity of blood vessel walls. And it's high in bee pollen, so I feel like bee pollen can really help in this situation. But there's a lot of things that you can do as well. But that would be my go-to for sure.
Well, I mean, I'm still getting older too. A lot of people are still getting older, so we could still take this stuff, just to keep our veins healthy and so forth and functioning.
Amen.
Right, definitely.
Okay, there was another component to this. They were mentioning something about, with them taking an aspirin a day, and I know how aspirin can thin out your blood. Okay, and that can cause a lot of bruising as well, lowering your platelets in your blood, and that can cause bruising and so forth. All right, am I right? I'm not a doctor, so I'm asking y'all.
You're right. That's just managing a symptom. That's a pharmaceutical model. That's not solving a problem.
Okay,
in fact, I'd be worried it's going to thin your blood too much. That's what I'm worried. It's going to thin it too much, and you're going to get more pooling down in the legs around the valves in your veins. Yeah.
Not a good idea.
So it's not necessarily a blood clot, because for Diamond, it was a superficial blood clot, like in her knee. that's where it started, like in her knee. And she went, they did the, where they put her and examined her and everything. They didn't find it, but she kept suffering from it. And then they went back and they said, oh, it's a superficial blood. It's so really, really tiny and minute, but her veins were so tiny. Okay. So it created a blood clot. All right. So like I said, when I was looking at this right here, I said, okay, I wonder is President Trump, if there's a superficial blood clot anywhere, especially with the fluid pooling down at the bottom. Dr. Ely, you okay?
No.
We can tell.
Ely's
We
like,
can tell.
me.
Okay.
Let me mess with my mic so they know I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
we can hear
No,
you.
no. This is new stuff. Hi.
Okay.
How's everybody doing?
Okay. Everybody's doing good. So I was just curious on that, if that can also, I know that that's a possibility, even though no one is saying that that's what happened to President Trump. But that is a possibility that can happen and also cause pooling at the in the lower extremity of the body. Correct?
Correct.
Correct. Okay. All right. And one more thing, the socks. You know how you put those tight socks
Compression
on your legs? Yes.
Yeah.
Compression socks. Can you explain that to the audience, what that is good for and how that can help in this situation possibly?
Yeah, so what the compression socks are going to do is they're going to make up for the lack of pressure in the lower extremities, and they're going to help push the blood plasma, the water that's kind of leaking out of the capillary beds. It's going to help get it back into the lymphatic system so that the lymphatic system can bring it back against the flow of gravity or against the pressure of gravity, get it back into and up. Because this is the crazy thing, Silk. To get all of that lymphatic fluid that pools back into the bloodstream, it's got to get all the way up to the neck. All right, on the left side, that's where the lymphatic system re-enters the cardiovascular system. So there's a lot of work that has to happen. And the big deal is that the compression socks are great, and of course the nutraceuticals are going to be fantastic, for all this. But you still got to participate. This is a sign of somebody that just is not moving their body enough. They've got to move their body enough. They've got to put a demand upon their heart so that their heart stays strong. And every time it contracts, it can push the blood through and get it past some of those low points in the lower extremities.
So what you're saying, Dr. H, is it's his duty to move
his booty.
To move his booty. And okay, duty to move the booty. What about flying? I understand when a lot of people, when they do a lot of flying and different things, that can also have an effect on an individual that has this particular condition. What say you to that?
Well, you know what they do on a plane, right? When you get up to a certain elevation, they have to pressurize the cabin, right? You're actually introducing more pressure on the entire system on the body. So yes, there's a lot of cardiovascular scenarios, weakened heart, cardiovascular insufficiency, venous insufficiency, that your medical professionals often will tell you in certain cases, it's probably best you don't fly at this time. But I haven't seen too many issues with that personally. When you get on a plane, they depressurize the plane, so I'm not really sure it's an issue.
Yeah.
But there are some people who are warned that this could be an issue. And I will just say here, I actually spoke at several flight schools during COVID-19 and took cardiologists with me to educate them on cardiovascular issues current related in the last 5 years to long COVID, the COVID-19 vaccines. And many of those discussions were around what tests need to be done before you let your pilots in these schools go up in the air. And that's because it could absolutely worsen underlying scenarios if you're not being evaluated for how severe they might be.
Wow. And another technique too, that I also learned, or that I even do, to make sure I'm pumping more blood back up, is taking my feet and just pumping it back. Lift my leg up and just pump the feet back to help pump blood to the heart is another good tool or technology, or not technology, tactic. Another
You
tactic.
want to hear old school thing, Silk?
What?
Raise the foot of your bed up about 4 to 6 inches.
Yeah.
All you have to do is get that up, and now what's happening while you're sleeping is your blood, instead of pooling in your ankles and your feet, is now easily returning to your heart while you're sleeping.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And
We've
you can sleep
we've
real
all seen
good,
images. Yeah, we've all seen images of people in a hospital who have a leg injury and they have it elevated while it's in a cast or suspended, and that's to keep so much fluid that's going there to heal the body, keep that draining back towards the body so it doesn't create more aggravation or pain.
Right.
Very
right.
good point, Dr. Ely.
Incredible. All right. So now, okay, enough with that. You know, we're going to keep President Trump in our prayers. Anybody that's suffering from this condition, keep him in our prayers as well. What were you about to say?
Oh, please, somebody let Donald Trump know that we'll give the president free digital access to our next Healing for the Ages conference. He'll learn all about this. It'll be amazing. We'll stream it live.
He can come in person if he wants to.
He can come in, I mean, can learn so much.
He can come in person
you,
if he wants to.
All right. Y'all go ahead on and invite him. He looks at the show occasionally. Let him know what do he need to do. Because I plan on coming. I plan on being there.
Yeah. Silk's got my phone number. She'll give it to you. You can text me. I'll help you.
Yeah, we'll help you, President Trump. All right, now let's get on into this here and talk about this AI in the medicine.
Yeah, this is one of Dr. Ely's favorite topics, is artificial intelligence in medicine. I was actually doing a huge interview, and I'll let Dr. Ely take over in just a second. Let him run with this one. But there's been statements made by our incredible Secretary of the HHS, RFK Jr., in the last 3 weeks, where he stated that the HHS is going to launch the largest marketing campaign in history, meaning we're going to spend more money on this one thing than anything ever since the Health and Human Services Department was ever created. And he's got a big budget. It's over $4 trillion. So he's got a big budget. All right. So he says in the next 4 years, every single American citizen will be wearing a medical artificial intelligence driven device to track your biometrics and your health internally.
Oh, no, the hell we not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Oh, no, that's what I'm telling you. That's what he said he's doing.
The devil is a liar.
So I was given an opportunity to speak in this huge television interview a few weeks ago, and they asked me about this, and they asked me, Dr. Artis, how do you feel about AI in medicine? And I said, I love artificial intelligence. And they looked at me and went, what? Like they were shocked. And I said, oh, no, I love artificial intelligence. For example, when I have to drive somewhere downtown, I like taking my Waze app on my phone, putting in the address, and letting AI direct me around traffic. It is very convenient. Instead of breaking out my old Rand McNally Atlas or my old Maps Quest map, I love AI that helps me get around traffic faster. It's amazing. And then I looked at him and I said this, however, it has no place in medicine. Nowhere. In fact, this is what I said. And then I'll let Dr. Ely chime in here and Dr. Schmidt. My response was, RFK better be careful. He's being used to groom all American adults, grandparents, children, nieces, nephews, aunts, uncles. He's being used to groom the entire American public, just like a pedophile grooms a child, just like sex traffickers groom parents, families. They are grooming the American people to get ready for chipping them with AI tracking devices, because the wearables are the next step. This is the grooming. Let's get everybody wearing a device, tracking all your biometrics. I mean, just imagine this. Everybody at home, imagine you're driving down the road. You have this wearable device that checks your heart rate. What happens when you're driving down the road and you see a car wreck in front of you? What do you think is going to happen to your heart rate?
Heart rate gonna go up.
Your heart's gonna skyrocket. Now let's just imagine you drove another 10 miles down the road and you saw something crazy again, another car wreck or something. Your heart rate's gonna jump again. Do you really think your AI medical device knows you're just witnessing stressful scenarios visually? Or do you think it's going to alert you that you possibly have atrial fibrillations, arrhythmias, or excess cortisol you might need anti-anxiety drugs for, or medications for a heart problem? This is medical big tech grooming, because they want every person, not adults, every American is what RFK Jr. said. That means all children. Now imagine this. I had a hard time keeping shoes on my children. Could you imagine them wearing wearable devices every day, like a bracelet or a watch? You know, it's going to become cumbersome to keep those things on your children. You know what the next thing's going to be? We can make this way more convenient, mom and dad, grandma and grandpa. We can just chip all of your kids like you do your pets. And we'll just put them inside of it. This is what I call big tech, big pharma grooming. And I have no place for that in AI. Nowhere. All right, Dr. Ely, go ahead.
Well, we already know that artificial flavoring is terrible. So this fake intelligence. I mean,
If you use the word
artificial,
you know it's probably bad.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So, and you want to try to put this in me or on me, and then mandate it. But if you can keep up with when I go to the bathroom, that's ridiculous. Go ahead, Dr. Ely.
Well, I think it's hilarious that they're going to be tracking the number of poops we have every day or something like that. I think like I will personally write into Secretary Kennedy and tell him every time I have a bowel movement, if that's really the information that he wants. I'm happy to provide that to him. Okay. This is absurd on every possible level. I mean, you know, what we have to keep in mind is that there is a sacred relationship between two people, between the person with knowledge and the person who's in need of that knowledge when they're talking about recovery of their health. And there's something about this process of healing that it's not necessarily smooth, and so much of it comes down to the intuition of the person with knowledge needing to make some judgment calls at different times, and oftentimes just to calm the person down, because the first couple weeks of a healing process are not smooth whatsoever, or at least not the way people think they're supposed to go. It's not up and away. It's more of a roller coaster ride. But why do we need data? You know, why do we need data on that? Why do we need the constant 24-hour surveillance on that process? That process has worked for thousands of years as it is. Why do we need to go and give it? Because Plantier, because the Silicon Valley, because they want the data. Well, my question is, why do you want the data? Why do you want to know what my heart rate is? Why do you want to know how many times I poop in a day? Why do you want to do that? Because what they see is they see the elimination of the doctor and the nurse from the healing process. And you cannot remove the doctor. Now, I'll say this too, the cult of Asclepius, artificial intelligence might be an improvement. But for the natural doc, it is a absolute, utter downgrade. And I just got to say it like this. One of the things that we've seen at the school, at the Energetic Health Institute, is every now and then a student will try to submit their homework with the assistance of artificial intelligence, meaning they're really letting artificial intelligence do the work.
You can tell right away. You can tell immediately.
You can see it. They don't, because, and the thing that's so important for us is to go, listen, you came to learn what I have to teach you so that you can help other people. You cannot do that by outsourcing your thought process, your creativity, your intuition to a series of zeros and ones out there. You can't do it. Okay. So for me, it's an easy pass. And like I said, if RFK Jr. wants to know how many times I flush the toilet every day, I will be happy to send him an email if that will stop this nonsense of AI. Okay, that's where I stand on the issue.
I have not heard this here until now, but I will be going and investigating this, and I have to let my voice be heard on this particular matter, because I am totally against it. To each his own, do whatever floats your boat, but I'm totally against it. Now look, you all, I have to take a quick commercial break, all right? So listen, we'll be right back. We'll pick it back up in a few minutes, you all, and we'll be right back with more Diamond and Silk Chit Chat.
Whether it's being a weekend warrior or spending time with your family, feeling your best is the key to doing the things you love. That's why I'm excited to tell you about Nirvanta. It's a natural solution designed to help you stay active and live well naturally. Nirvanta is a topical blend of all natural essential oils like frankincense, myrrh, and a proprietary gold standard plant stock extract. It's perfect for your hands, feet, knees, back, or anywhere else that needs a little extra care. Use Nirvanta proactively as part of your daily maintenance routine, and you're guaranteed you're going to feel the difference. Simply massage Nirvanta in for at least 60 seconds, 2 to 3 times a day to get the best results. And if you're not completely satisfied, you get your money back. No questions asked. There's simply no risk and no reason not to try Nirvanta today. Right now, you get 15% off with code Lindell exclusively at nirvantahealth.com. So stop reaching out for that medicine cabinet. Get Nirvanta instead and experience the difference. Go to nirvantahealth.com. Use code Lindell to get 15% off today. Nirvanta Health. Live well naturally. With everybody talking about making America healthy again, I thought today'd be a great day to talk to all my fellow patriots about the importance of making your homes healthy again. Well, we have proudly partnered with airwaterhealing.com and their revolutionary whole home air purification system. The V3 from Air Water Healing does 3,000 square feet of purification. It eliminates dust, mold, viruses, and odors. But here's the part I love. They require no filters to ever be changed and virtually no maintenance. Whether you suffer from asthma, allergies, seasonal bronchitis, or just want to protect your family from the flu or even greater threats, don't wait to get your V3 from airwaterhealing.com today. Use code Lindell for 20% off in savings and free shipping. That's promo code Lindell at airwaterhealing.com.
Friends, we all know the truth. Big Pharma and the federal bureaucracy have made a mess of healthcare in this country, and boy, that's an understatement. President Trump signed an executive order to bring prices down, and that's a great step. But we know that real change takes time. There's one pharmacy that is already stepping up. I want to tell you about All Family Pharmacy. They're not waiting. They're taking action now with a summer sale that gives you the power to take control of your health. Right now, through the end of June, you get 20% off site-wide, no insurance required. Did you hear that? 20% off, site-wide, no insurance required. They work with licensed doctors in all 50 states, and they ship fast, straight to your door. Whether it's ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, methylene blue, antibiotics, emergency kits, or your daily prescriptions, this is a time to stock up. If you believe in medical freedom, if you're tired of waiting for someone else to fix things, do what I do. Take action. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Lindell and use promo code Lindell20, Lindell 20 for 20% off your entire order. That's allfamilypharmacy.com Lindell. Promo code Lindell20. Let's protect our families, defend our freedom, and make America healthy again together.
All right, you all, let's go ahead on and pick this back up. Now, we just got finished talking about AI in the medicine. Okay, but what about the respiratory virus season, the RSV, the flu, the cold, and all of this different stuff that's coming up? Do AI got something to stop that from happening? They got it for everything else.
Hey, so
Yes,
I
we
wanted
do.
to
Now,
mention
this is-
that. I wanted to mention that, and I don't know how far it's come, but Mike Adams, Health Ranger, is
Yeah.
working on his own library, decentralized information. Has anybody heard anything more about that?
Yeah, it's
Oh, I know
almost
he's been
there.
working on it.
Called
Yeah,
Noah's
he
Ark,
was
is that
expecting to have it come out. Yeah, it's called Enoch, and he was expecting to have
Enoch?
it come out this summer, but I think he just delayed it until the fall. But I think it's ready from the last time I had heard.
What do
This
it
is
do?
artificial intelligence, but it's artificial intelligence, but it doesn't censor what we're trying to say. So much now in artificial intelligence censors it ignores the traditional like indigenous healing and holistic healing. It just completely eliminates it. So this will include it. All of our teachings he's gathering from many places. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to come out, but you don't have to be on the internet to get it. You get it on your computer, you download it, it's safe, and you don't have to get on. They're not tracking what you're looking at. So I'm really interested in that as far as artificial intelligence, but none of the other I'm not interested in.
Yeah, yeah. I often tell the audience how things are created for good, but then for
Yes.
some reason somebody come in and find a way to use it against a human being, or reasons, a nefarious reason is involved in the use of that particular technique or technology or what have you. But the main thing that I do not like is to be forced. Don't force it on me. Don't force it on me. You get
Right.
if somebody want to be over there getting jabbed 100 times like a pincushion, they can do that. But when you turn around and you tell me that I need to do it for this, and that, my body, my choice. If I don't choose to do all of that, I don't want to do all of that. And now to hear you all talk about this here, I really got to dig deeper in this, because it don't need to be mandated that we have this mess on us. I don't want all of this stuff. I don't even like those little smart watches when you're exercising and all of that. I don't even like wearing that stuff on me. I don't like that
No.
stuff on me.
You know what happens to countries that implement that? We've seen it. We've seen it before. I mean, they have credit scores. You can, the government suddenly tells you what you can and can't do, what you can buy based on who you're with, what you're doing, how late you've been out, what you're eating. They completely control everything. And we've seen it. It happens in other countries, and we don't want that mess here.
We don't want it here. We're the land of the free, the home of the brave, not slaves. This is the United States of America, not the United States of China. And we don't need to be acting like a third world country. Okay.
Amen. Amen.
So what's up with the colds and the flu and the RSV, the respiratory virus season? What y'all got to say about that?
Yeah, we were asked, like, what kind of topics can we talk about tonight? And I just sent that one over, and I was like, well, let's talk about this because CNN's talking about it. They're saying there's 10 times more senior citizens right now that are ending up in hospitals now, earlier than what's typically seen in the fall, when most senior citizens go to the hospital with difficulty breathing from something called RSV, respiratory syncytial virus. So I sent that over because I want everybody to be aware of this. There's 3 vaccines are the only thing they tell senior citizens starting at 50 years old, then again at 75 years old, that they need an RSV vaccine and be up to date for that. And I just want to make sure you guys all know there's only 3 makers of those vaccines. It's Pfizer, Moderna, and GlaxoSmithKline. And I need to make you all aware of something. If you go on the FDA's website, CDC's website, and look up those 3 RSV vaccines, it's actually published, and they write it out. They spell it out for you. In human trials with any of these 3, there was an extremely high risk of developing Guillain-Barré syndromes in all people older than 50. Now, I don't know if y'all know what that is, but GBS, Guillain-Barré syndrome, just picture all the visuals you've seen of people with polio having paralyzed legs, same side paralyzed arm, same size paralyzed face that can be permanent in many people. That is a published known side effect of these. And there are 3 ingredients in each of those 3. Each one of them has one. It's called polysorbate 80 and polyethylene glycol 2000. It's in every single one of those. Do you know that that ingredient is known to damage the blood-brain barrier? Number 2, it is published to be an obesogen, which means it makes you fat and you can't lose weight. Even if you try, that chemical alone makes you hold on to fat, which is a risk factor for heart disease, cancer, diabetes. I would think all seniors would like to avoid that. And then number 3, it damages the vertebral column and leads to worsening scoliosis, that one chemical, in children and adults. And they give vaccines for RSV 1 or 2 doses before 18 months old in all children in America. So the same ingredient, polysorbate 80, is in that too. So why would you want to start your kids or your seniors having a life in which it could have inflictions of any of these horrific issues When in fact, I can tell you, the NIH funded a study in 2023, just 2 years ago. They found that Panax ginseng, Panax ginseng, otherwise known as Korean ginseng, you can drink that in a tea. And they know that it is preventative and treats an active RSV infection better than any vaccine or drug. So go get your tea, drink up your ginseng, get the Panax version, Panax, Korean. This is just something I think it's very important. It's so easy for all seniors to go just drink a warm cup of tea. Ask Janice Schmidt. She knows all about ginseng and adding that to teas. Teas are a super way to consume this plant extract, proven in science, funded by the NIH to cure RSV. But in these articles on CNN, they're telling you this is why the vaccines for RSV, you need to go ask your doctor right now if it's right for you earlier than in the fall. No. I don't think being paralyzed is better than just drinking the tea. You're good.
And you know, if your vitamin D level is up, then you have like 50% chance better to handle anything that's coming your way. And the older you get, the harder it is to metabolize D. And if anyone's on a statin, they are lowering their cholesterol, then it's nearly impossible to metabolize D. So cholesterol numbers have to be high enough to get D. You have to make sure you're getting sunshine, potentially supplementing. So those D levels are going to be really, really crucial. They're crucial all the time, but especially going into the season where maybe not everyone's getting a lot of sunshine. It's getting into cold months, in the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that's my, get sunshine, get moving.
Right.
And if you have to supplement with D, supplement with D.
Right. So if there's forgive me.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, if we learned anything from COVID, it's that what Dr. J is saying, vitamin D levels are essential. That if you're going to a doctor and you don't know what your vitamin D level is, especially in the last 2 months, make sure that they order a vitamin D test for you. We know that it has to be 50 nanograms per deciliter or higher for you to be 99.9% recovery in anything that you might come across, right? But if we're talking about cholesterol, and of course we are not going to be fans of statins here, but if we're talking about cholesterol, we really want to see that number at 200 as a minimum. I know what they're saying now is 150 at a minimum, but the problem is when you drop cholesterol levels down, not only are you crushing vitamin D, not only are you crushing your immune system, but you're also crushing testosterone production in men, estrogen production in women, and you're crushing this entire cascade of reproductive hormones that are going to result in, what was that, Dr. J?
I said in brain health as well.
I'm about to say the brain.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's by design. I think that's the big message from Healing for the Ages and all of us is it's by design. It's not a whoopsie. It's not an accidental mistake. This is what they intended to do. They make money not by you being healthy and not needing them. They make money by you being sick and scared of dying so that you go and listen to every lie that they tell you. Right.
Yes.
And one of the big lies out there right now, Silk, that we have to have a conversation about is Arcturus 2304. It's something that Dr. Artis, Dr. Schmidt, myself, Dr. Group have been beating the drum on the last several weeks at the very least. Arcturus 2304 is something that this Health and Human Services Department fast-tracked. Now, what is it? It's a self-amplifying mRNA. What that means is your body, your choice, right, Silk? You don't have a choice anymore. Now what it means is that somebody's going to get that shot and their body is going to be shedding mRNA and you are going to come in contact with it regardless. So this is something that we got to shut down. And I can't believe, I am beside myself that RFK Jr. fast-tracked this on April 10th and fully funded it with our taxpayer dollars. And I put a link in there for you to share with your audience. This is a conversation we all have to have. The phase 1 clinical trial is completed on July 21st. So in 4 days, the phase 1 trial is going to be completed on this. They're going to move immediately into phase 2 and 3. And as soon as they move into 2 and 3, we can expect that this is going to get rubber stamp approval by the FDA in early of 2026, if not sooner. This is a Alamo situation for us. So we talked about COVID. Right. We talk about the COVID shots, and the mRNA creates the spike protein, and we say that
Yeah.
spike protein sheds. So you're coming in contact with a protein that your body can break down, especially with the help of nicotine and all these great things that all the Healing for the Ages
Right.
doctors have shared. Right. When you start talking about self-amplifying mRNA, now what's being shed is not a protein. What's being shed now is the mRNA sequence, so that when you come in contact with it, your body starts making that protein in you.
Yeah.
It's literally turning your body into a weapon of war. That's why it's called
Yeah.
a bioweapon. And this is what we have to
Yes.
say. There's so many things that are absurd going on right now, but we've got to say no to Arcturus 2304 and self-amplifying mRNA.
So
Have
Dr.
to.
H, Silk wants to know, what is this vaccine for?
Oh, you want to hear this one, Silk? Hold on to your hat, because it's for the bird flu. They are going to shove the bird flu down your throat either this fall, this winter, or early next spring at some point. They're not done with bird flu. And Dr. Artis has been teaching everybody forever about, look, just go get your black cumin seed oil. This is not an issue. This is no big deal. They are going to ram this down your throat. They're going to inject this into the animals that we eat. You are going to be exposed to self-amplifying mRNA if we don't draw our line in the sand here and now.
And now, okay, so my husband and I, we were sitting there. We wonder, why is my body reacting the way it was reacting to this bite, to this wasp bite? Like, it didn't do like what it do with a little tiny ant, and it swept my whole feet up or whatever. And we believe that with all of this different stuff that we've put in our body from Dr. Artis and Dr. Stella, amongst the two of you all, with everything we got in our bodies and the way that we have been eating more cleaner, that it took and did what my body did what it needed to do, to where it didn't swell my whole knee, didn't swell my whole leg up. So now I'm listening to you talk about this mRNA. That's nothing but another man-made bioengineered weapon. That's all it is, to that sheds on us, just like this COVID stuff. It probably they probably did the gain of function research as well. And so what we got to do is now build our immunity up, build our body up, so that it would be able to fight back against all of this different stuff that's going to be there in the air from person to person to person. Correct.
Yeah, we actually talked about it. He mentioned it here. Dr. Ely just mentioned it. One of the ingredients, you've talked about a product here, Silk, tonight a couple times, but the product called Biodefense, the second primary ingredient by volume is black cumin seed oil. And in 2020, 2021, it has already been published by the NIH that this H5N1, for as far back as 2012, has been researched and known and published to be cured in all animals and humans. You can eradicate every animal, every human with the bird flu just with black cumin seed oil, which is inside the Biodefense. So if you don't have that in your medicine cabinet and you want to be an experiment, sign up for the Arcturus fast-tracked self-amplifying mRNA if you want to, or simply go to the Dr. Artis Show, put in your Diamond and Silk diamond code at the Dr. Artis Show and get the black cumin seed oil, or go get it anywhere you want, but it's in Biodefense at the Dr. Artis Show. If you
get the Biodefense, you all just go and get the Biodefense. And by the way, Dr. Artis, Aunt Bobby says she's doing much better. All right.
Nice.
We love you, young lady.
All right. Okay.
That's
look,
very
let
exciting.
everybody know. That is very exciting. Let everybody know where they can find you guys at. I got 1 minute, so I got to split it between the three of y'all. Okay. All right. So let's start with ladies first. Dr. Smith, let everybody know how they can follow you and find you.
Well, healingfortheages.com. Please check out our conference, check out our monthly teachings, our master classes. We love for everyone to join our Healing for the Ages family. Also, janazolnatural.com. We've got all kinds of natural, healthy lifestyle things highlighted mostly with bee products.
Okay, Dr. Ely.
energetichealthinstitute.org, and of course healingfortheages.com. We have a great conference coming up in October. We want you to be a part of it.
All right, Dr. Artis, I got 10 seconds.
The Dr. Artis Show and the Diamond and Silk Show. Bring it on.
That's right. That's right. So don't forget you all go to healingfortheages.com, healingfortheages.com, and get your tickets right now. I plan to be there. My husband's going to be there. My team is going to be there in the house with the Healing for the Ages conference. So God bless you all. Thank you all so much for being here on the show. All right, listen, you all, every day at 11:21 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we start what we're doing and we pray. I pray for you. You pray for me. We pray for each other. Pray for President Donald J. Trump and his health and his protection, all right? And pray for God to heal the land. So in the meantime and in between time, I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live. Bye-bye.